Well, at Hanna-Barbera, I was a staff writer, so I worked on everything that was happening in the building at that time. The great thing about when I got into the industry was that there was still a building. The
Hmm.
Hanna-Barbera building was the same building that had been making the cartoons since I was a kid.
On
And I was,
Ventura?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, at that part it's Cahuenga, even though
Yes, yeah.
it's Ventura.
Hmm.
Um, so I was working with a lot of the people that I had grown up admiring. The very first recording session I ever went to, even before I started working at Hanna-Barbera, but I was invited to a recording session, and it was for the Flintstones. And it was the entire
Wow.
cast.
Wow.
It was Henry Corden,
Hmm.
Alan Reed having passed away
Right.
many years earlier. So it was Henry Corden, Gene Vanderpyle. Um, there was a woman named
Smile.
Gay somebody
She, oh,
who
I know who you're talking about. She
she
was
was
the
she
fourth
was
Betty, I think.
Betty. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
And then Mel Blanc was still doing Barney.
Wow,
So
man.
yeah, that was pretty cool.
Did you actually get to meet like Mel Blanc and Dawes Butler, Don Messick, and all of them? And
All of them.
oh
Um,
my God.
yeah, I had actually met Mel in Boston before. I'm originally from Boston, and
Okay.
I had gone to an evening with Mel Blanc. He did a presentation and a book signing. I have a book
Oh my
signed
God.
with him of him somewhere. So I had met him then, and then when I got out here, he was still doing voices for Hanna-Barbera. So by the time I was writing, I actually have written for Mel Blanc because I
Oh
wrote
my God.
a Jetsons, and he was Mr. Spacely. Um, if,
Which
if
Jetsons was it?
I did, it was the first time they revived them, where they created that character
Orbity?
Orbity. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Hmm. I
yeah,
remember Orbity. Yeah.
yeah. And my episode, I'm happy to say, hardly featured Orbity at all.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you very much.
I'll tell you a funny story. At that time, I wasn't yet on staff, if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
I actually, my first work at Hanna-Barbera was in the editorial department down in the basement. I started as a sound editor,
Hmm.
and I was freelancing as a writer. And my partner, Cynthia Friedlob, was upstairs, and she knew that I wanted to meet Vincent Price. So
Hmm.
she got him out in the parking lot after one of the recording sessions and said, my partner, John, would love to meet you. It was an episode that we had written. They had just recorded.
Wow.
And he said, okay. And so they were trying to find me, and I don't know where I was. I might have been in the restroom, or I might
Uh-huh.
have been, in a, anyway, the PA system, they couldn't find me. And so she was waiting there with Vincent Price as they were
Oh
searching for me.
no.
They did finally find me. I did go out, but I'm proud to say I kept Vincent Price waiting.
Oh man.
And of course, he was the sweetest man, as is
Of
true of every
course.
major villain in movie and TV history.
Hmm.
He was the sweetest man on the planet, and it
God.
was very nice meeting him. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Hey, fellow YouTubers, if you like what you see, please hit like and subscribe. And if you want to see more, just click on the button where you can donate and be a paying contributor, where you can see more things like read-alouds, drawing tutorials, virtual field trips, cartoons, and more. See more at StoryJ Storytime, and I'll see you next time.